Hey there, and welcome back to Queerful Consideration. I'm your host JT, and we have joined another single elimination phantom draft for Vintage Cube. There's an Emrakul in the pack. The Emrakul's pretty cool. There's a Mana Crypt, which is a dangerous game. It's pretty powerful, but not the most. Shrine of Burning Rage, which is no joke in that deck. If that comes back around, it says mono red is wide open. Awakening Zone is pretty powerful. Vidalcan Shackles is not where I want to be in this format. Mox Ruby is just acceleration. It just gets you into fast things. There's a ton of green in this pack, man. Primal Command's pretty cool. Pulchronos is pretty cool, but I've been going green a lot in Vintage Cube. I haven't drafted anything that hasn't been recorded. I've been pretty busy renovating this new house that I bought, which is a whole nother project I can talk about sometime. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and take the Mox Ruby, stay open, and just say, okay, that's free, fast artifact mana. Now, here, we actually got a tough choice. Opposition is pretty powerful and can be used to lock down somebody's mana very effectively, but it does require that you run a lot of creatures. Is it Signet? Commonly considered the best Signet, and a turn 1 of land Mox Ruby, is it Signet, is a pretty insane way to get a start in the game. That being said, Bribery is better than people think it is. I am tempted to just take Bribery and not look back because of how powerful it is. But then again, there is an Is It Signet. I would be really sad if Bribery didn't come back around. And I think there are going to be other Signets I can take. There's also a Hedron Archive, which I'd love to see come back around. I think Bribery is just good enough. I mean, it's just good. So I'm going to take it. And by good, I mean great. Okay, Deranged Hermit is pretty sweet. Flooded Strand is good fixing. The Wayfarer is okay. It's like a land tax. It's like a stunted land tax on sticks. Temple's fine. Recurring Nightmare is pretty impressive. Definitely powerful. Sower of Temptation, also very powerful. So, I like Sower, and given that I'm already in Bribery, I think Sower is going to be my pickup here. Sword of War and Peace is also not bad. But yeah, I'll take a Sower. Let's go blue. Rishadan Port is powerful. Light and Shadow is not great. Stormkirk Noble was one of my favorites in Avacyn Standard. Loved that card. The Stomp Howler is pretty good. The Bloodstained Mire is a fine fetch, although I don't know that I'm doing anything other than blue right now. I think I just take a Treasure Cruise here and stay open, because nothing else in this is really demanding me move into another color. The Stomp Howler is a fine utility card. 5 mana 4/4 that's pretty much guaranteed 2 for 1 in this format is very strong. And it might be strong enough for me to take here, to be honest with you. I mean, it's pretty much a guaranteed 2 for 1. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm not committed to it, but I'm going to take it. Here, interesting that Raphelos is still coming around. Brainstorm is good. It digs for the things that I want. Still, Raphelos this late is pretty strong indication. Mishra's Workshop also very powerful. But man, Raphelos? Really? You know what? I'm going to take the Brainstorm. I'm going to stay blue for now, see where I go. Okay, now we're getting hooked up a little bit. Craterhoof is strong. Dismember is very strong. Definitely worth splashing. And by splashing, I mean paying 4 life for it. But I think the Looter is where I want to be. The Riftwing is fine, but the Looter, again, digs me to the things I need to get. So I'm going to keep going blue until I get a reason to do something else. Mishra's Factory is eh. Academy Ruins, nah. The Welder. Swapping things out of the graveyard for things in play. Burning of Xinye is pretty good. It is a plan all of its own. And I think I want to pick it up just in case. The Lotus Cobra is also fine. But I think the Burning is a pretty great sideboard plan here. Or a great option. Spellskite is fine. Torch Fiend is pretty good. Turnabout. Turnabout's pretty sweet. I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with it, but I'll take it. There's also Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I like Turnabout. Alright, so now we're getting into it. This is our opening. Primal Command is powerful, so is Awakening Zone, but I don't think either of those is where I want to go. There's no fetches here. A Temple and a tap land. Shrine of Burning Rage or Makeshift Mannequin. Mannequin is creatures in my graveyard. I think I want the Shrine just in case I end up going red here. Now, Scroll Rack digs for the stuff I want. Plateau is a good duel. Chandra's fine. Not great, but fine. I do like the idea of copying Bribery 3 times. I think I just want the Scroll Rack. Jackal Pup or Lightning Strike. I mean, Deranged Hermit is also a fine win condition. Not sure which is more open here. Stunted Growth, eh. Soul Bond. War Priest is fine. Gatekeeper is fine. Kargan is fine. Rift Bolt or Hippie. Hippie's not bad. Pick up a Rift Bolt just in case. Academy Ruins. Okay, so we got a good solid 7 blue cards out of that pack. Really happy with the Looter, the Sower, and the Bribery, and the Brainstorm, to be honest with you. Wow, okay. So there's a Signet, there's a Careful Study, there's a Force Spike, there's a Channel. Welcome to our new game plan. We are going green, blue, we are going Channel into something giant. Yep. So let's put the Stomp Howler and the Deranged Hermit back in. We could Channel for Mindslaver and Activate. That's something we can do. It's not a great thing to do. Frantic Search. Not the worst. Wildfire is interesting. It's a second Burning of Xinye effect. Courser is just good. The Stomping Ground fixes for red and green, which might be useful. Glenalindra, though, is just powerful. Counter spells. It's pretty much exactly where I want to be. Does it also fly? God, it also flies. Ulamog. Thank you, Ulamog. Bitter Blossom, also very powerful. Song of the Dryads is excellent removal. Survival of the Fittest is interesting. Duretti doesn't really have a home in this deck. Dimir Signet would be excellent, so would Muldrifter, but I want something big that I can channel into, and Ulamog is excellent for that, being indestructible and also an incredibly fast clock. So now we've got Bribery as a plan and channel into Ulamog as a plan. Those seem fine. Here we've got a Yavelder, a Phantasmal Image. Phantasmal Image is interesting, being able to copy the big things that our opponents do. Tezzy, man. Tezzy is no joke, and this is the good one. Tutors for artifacts, turns artifacts into creatures. It's pretty powerful. The question is the Phantasmal Image just better? I like the image. I think it's more flexible and it's in blue. Here we've got a sort of body of mind, which is pretty excellent, especially when it's riding on a looter. Mother of Runes, Mom is pretty good. Repeal is okay. I think I take the sword here. Kiki Jiki. I think I take the sword here. Wall of Roots would also be fine as a way to accelerate into some of my high end. But I think I like the sword. Show and Tell, True Name Nemesis. Show and Tell, man. So I can Show and Tell a Stomp Howler, a Deranged Hermit, and Ulamog. Bonfire's fine, Genesis is fine. That's not where I really want to be. True Name, though, pretty awesome. I think I do want a True Name. Misty is excellent. It's exactly where I want to be in terms of fixing. Spell Pierce is also pretty amazing, and I would love to get that back, but I do need to pick up a little fixing here. And yeah, Master of the Wild Hunt is not what I want to be doing. Nice for Brainstorm to have that. Here we have an Eternal Witness or a Lotus Bloom. Lotus Bloom is a pretty big entree to Bribery. Lotus Blooming on turn 0 or on turn 1, and then on turn 3 or on turn 4, casting Bribery pretty much guaranteed is a good way to win games. But I think the Eternal Witness is better value. I can get back a Phantasmal Image, a Channel, a Bribery, and Ulamog. I can get back a lot of stuff. I'm going to take that Eternal Witness. Here, Force Spike or Gruul Signet. I think I'm going to go for the Signet. It's not really helping me on my colors. Careful Study's fine, but and Force Spike is good to know it's out there, but I'm taking the Signet. Here, Stomping Ground, Murderous Cut, Blood Crypt. Stomping Ground. I think I'm past Burning of Junier. Yeah. We'll Stomping Ground, and then my Misty can get me red if I really need it. Song of the Dryads is excellent. Glad to have it. Good to have a touch of removal here. Incinerator, Fire Drinker Satyr. I mean, the Fire Drinker Satyr is going to eat me alive, but let's get an Incinerator over there. All those early things. Whoa! Skinrender, Mum. That's really all it's there for. Also for another copy of Channel, I suppose. But I think that effect is good enough to double the win conditions in my deck that it beats taking an Elf, a Signet, a Manowar, any of this other stuff. I think I just want to be able to get the big thing that's going to win the game for me. Time Twister is okay. Whisperwood, Edric, Remand. Worn Power Stone might just be the pickup here. Remand isn't bad either. Certainly don't mind a Worn Power Stone. I think I'll take the Power Stone, although this could be wrong. Alright, here we have Council's Judgment, which is basically the only way in the cube to get rid of a true name nemesis. Bone Treader is good. Blade Splicer is fine. Duplicant is excellent removal. Acidic Slime is very good. It's a guaranteed 2-for-1 here. Oracle of Moldiah is pretty good. I think Duplicant has to be the pick here, just because it's reliable removal of something that I can't handle. Basically, I've got Song of the Dryad and Sower as my removal.
Is this the special cards again?
This is the special cards again, that's right. Oracle of Moldiah, though, is very, very tempting, but Duplicant has done good work for me in the past. Oath of Druids is not bad. High Tide, my god. I don't think that's where I want to be. Delver of Secrets is okay in this, but not great. Massacre Worm is pretty amazing against me. My question is, do I want to be running an Oath of Druids? I think I do. I think my creatures are high enough impact. They all come into play really, really nicely. With the exception, possibly, of Phantasmal Image. I'm going to take the Oath of Druids. I may not run it, but I'm taking it. Here we've got a Noble Hierarch, an Upheaval. Whew! Wrath of God. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I think I've just run Ugin because Channel into Ugin is a very good way to win. Although I would love the Hierarch, and Upheaval is pretty sweet. But let's just go Ugin here. Let's channel Ugin. Natural Order. I don't have enough green creatures to make that really any good. Heartbeat of Spring. I don't think I want to ramp my opponents that much. Tameo? Tameo? I think I just want to hack an Ashiok because that card could give me a hard time. Alright, Green Sun Zenith. Basically lets me tutor for Stomp Howler, Deranged Hermit, E-Witness. I don't think I need to tutor for those enough to make that worth it. Oblivion Ring is excellent. I think I take a Frost Titan, although a Mana Confluence is also fine. Sylvan Caryatid, Wall of Blossoms, Kitchen Finks. I think I take the Caryatid. Mystic Snake is fine, but I think I want more elves. Ooh, Golgari Signet or Llanowar Elves. I think, or Breeding Pool, honestly. Nisa does decent work, but I don't think she's big enough. The question is really, do I take a Breeding Pool for the fixing or a Signet for the ramp? think I take the Signet here. Although that could just be strictly wrong. Edric's fine. I think I like him better than Whisperwood. Oracle's cool. Glad to get that back around. Shadow Mage, babe. Didn't get any black fixing, so splashing for Ashiok and Shadow Mage while appealing isn't particularly easy for me. The Golgari Signet is my only potential fixing for it. It would be much easier for me to splash some... Well, let's see. Well, there's Drowned Catacombs. Big Garrick. Not really the thing. So let's take a Drowned Catacombs. It's going to be interesting. I have a couple cuts to make here. The Frost Titan may not make it. The Hermit may not make it. Let's get Siege Gang Commander out of here. Crater's Claws. I could splash for a Crater's Claws. I could definitely do that. It's basically free with the Stomping Ground, the Misty, Mox Ruby, and the Gruul Signet. And it is functionally Channel Fireball. So, yeah, definitely we're doing that. I don't think I run the Oracle. I don't think I run the Scroll Rack. Edric also seems like a bit of a stretch. The Sword of Body and Mind. Sword of Body and Mind makes the Looter Ilkor a really nasty threat that has to get answered early. Also turns True Name Nemesis into a real beating. Those two evasive threats, along with a Sower and a Glenalindra, are pretty excellent. Don't think Turnabout is where I need to be. Although I can Turnabout in their untap or in their upkeep phase to tap them out for a turn. It's basically a time walk. I think the Frost Titan has to go. I have 3 good channel targets. I think the Deranged Hermit is maybe a stretch, although I certainly like all the squirrels. When he comes into play, he brings 4 1/1 squirrels with him.
I love it. It's fantastic.
Yep. Squirrels are pretty cool looking. Brainstorm is good. I think I can skip the Scroll Rack. I want to keep the Power Stone. I think I can run it like this with 16 lands and a Mox Ruby. Given that I've got 3 mana producers here. Yeah. The Mystical Tutor is really going to be the name of the game here.
1/1 squirrels certainly sound like badass squirrels.
They're even more badass when he's in play. Squirrels get +1/+1.
Damn.
Yeah, 2/2 squirrels. They're bears.
Yeah.
Bear-sized squirrels. Okay, If I was going to make one more cut here, it would probably be Edric. Although drawing cards off my creatures is pretty good. I'm just not sure that that kind of value train is where I'm at with this deck. I mean, in terms of drawing the wrong half of the deck, I could just draw all my big drops, but then I can Mystical Tutor or channel into them. I could draw just my little value creatures, but then Edric allows me to draw out of that hole. So I like this. Brainstorm, basically cantrips. Yeah, I'm just gonna run it like this with 17 lands. Put the Misty in and the Stomping Ground. Add basic lands. Not gonna run a mountain because I've got Misty, Stomping Ground, Signet. So I can run 7 forests, 8 islands, and a Mox Ruby. Yeah, let's do it, man. 42 card deck, don't mind if I do. Alright, let's see what we can do in this here powered up vintage cube. I'm JT, and sitting with me here is Chandra, and we will see you in round 1.